ready to rock and roll. Here's Jonathan Garibay.
And off we go from Tampa.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Here we go.
The drive will start with an option going left. Touchdown, 49ers. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Well, this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. On first down, Fields.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Now Fields. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. The Buccaneers had 6 and 9 to start play. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
They'll roll him out right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. Fournette is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Nick Bottom, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw, Fields. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be 4th down. The Garibay's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. And he's got some space here. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That good for 19 and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A big play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
They'll run with Mitchell. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. And Lance now to throw. And it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, and he was covered quite well, and now it's incomplete.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Lance looking to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions. What was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's second and 6. To throw is Fields. This pass caught. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Off play action, Fields. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Play action, it's Fields. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but That's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Throwing now is Lance.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with the few runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And it's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On play action, Fields. Pass out left, caught by Woods.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Fields on first down. Looking for Woods again.
And the ball is knocked out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the back.
Ready, play.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
You're looking there, the defensive back was maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here's Fields.
He's got White here. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Again, Fields.
He's got his man. It's White. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
A final shot before the break. Fields.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in position to dictate to the offense.
Garabay's kick is good,
and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably...
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue on that last. And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll work this down inside the 30. First down, here's White. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
On first down, it's Fields. The left side completion to Jones. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They're running the jet sweep with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Fields. And he hauls it in for a Buccaneer touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that gives him a 20-point lead. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Lance. And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line. Lance going to throw. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Lance to throw it. And this one is incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Lance looks to throw again. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Bucs are going to take possession here at their own 33. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Fields. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
They snap it to Fields. Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A play fake, now Fields to throw.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And that one results in 35 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Fournette on the counter. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Now Fields.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Here's Fournette. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
But Garabay's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Throwing now is Lance.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to catch that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the player was there to slam that window shut.
That's a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Desperation time here. Lance.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown 49ers.
49ers. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Play action. It's Fields. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They'll start by running the option to the right. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers.
Trey Lance
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the 49ers will add to their fourth quarter lead. So an important drive for them there. They're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a 1-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only one score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Off play action. Fields
throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Jones. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
On play action. Fields.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
Fourth down, Fields has to have this one.
He completes it to Evans.
And he's going to have the Bucs first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
Nick Bosa in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Fields now to throw. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Shaquille Barrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Lance back to throw.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before a season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the second and come out and take the fight to our opponent. They did exactly that, and now they have the lead to show for it.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
He's got a man, complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Slot man moves right. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields airing this one out for Evans. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. They'll bring a tight end in motion. That's caught. And he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7. And hold the phone now. This game isn't over yet.
Not at all. Now, get the football back. That's the first thing. However you do it, get the ball back and then manipulate the clock with your offense because you've got to get the ball into the end zone.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now Lance.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
Now Fields.
And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is now a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Lance looking to throw.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Here's Lance.
He sets to fire deep. And this is going to be intercepted. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still...
So it's the 49ers who will get the football first with a chance to win it here in overtime. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
75 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. In motion left goes a tight end.
Once again, it's Mitchell.
Room here to run. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
Charles, normally when you see a group score